Good. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
If it's on the other, I would just do it.
So the guy who I bought it from,
No.
all the windows and doors. Sure enough, the plywood blew off and the windows in my building, so it broke the right off.
Hi down there.
Hello.
Hi, Ralph, Emily.
So my neighbor.
Should we run that?
Ralph's still talking about neighbor.
I was, yeah. He had to go to my house and I had to do the damage. So he went and he, started the, plywood right to my door. So I gotta go down tomorrow and fix that. I was hoping to blow right by the quick. That's what I was hoping for you. Did he? I got to check out.
Hi, everybody. We're going to start our district meeting tonight, August 23rd, 2021. I'm going to call the meeting to order and just do roll call. Judy?
Good evening, Judy Benson, Clerk, Marlborough.
Joe?
Good evening, Joe O'Connor, Hebron.
Mary?
Mary Kachesky, Marlborough.
Rob?
Rob John Hebron.
Mike?
Mike Morris, Hebron.
Sue?
Sue Sculpey, Marlborough.
Jean?
Jean Wilson, Marlborough.
Jessica?
Jessica Naxis, Hebron.
Am I missing any other board members that are online?
Hi, Mary. This is
Oh,
Lori.
Lori. Hi, Lori.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Think I got everybody? I did, Jean. I did, Jess? Yep, I think we got them all. Okay. I'm calling to order the Regional School District 8 meeting to allow for comments on the proposed RHAM multi-use turf field project. The Regional School District 8 Board of Education warned the towns regarding the board's intent to consider a motion to send the question to bond an amount not to exceed $3,560,000 to a November 2nd, 2021 referendum for the RHAM multi-use turf field project. The Regional School District 8 Board also published the warning in the River East. I will now ask for a motion to assign a moderator for tonight's district meeting.
I make the motion that we assign Kathleen Goodwin as tonight's moderator.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussions? We're good, okay. So I'm just gonna read a public comment.
Do we need to vote?
Oh, yes.
Want to vote?
And for this vote, for the RHAM board members, any district residents, anyone who is a property owner in Hebron, Andover, or Marlborough, may also participate in the vote for moderator for tonight's meeting. And we'll do that by raising hand so that any in the audience can be recognized. All those in favor of Kathleen Goodwin as moderator for this meeting, please raise your hands.
Aye.
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 We have 2 property owners in the audience. Are there any votes negative? Congratulations.
Thank you. You're privileged to read the statement. Andover and Marlborough community engagement and attendance at Board of Education public meetings is welcomed. The public comment segment of the meeting agenda is set aside so the Board of Education may receive public comments. Procedurally, public remarks will be limited to 3 minutes and citizens will be asked to identify themselves. Is there anyone present in the auditorium who would like to make a comment relative to the RHAM turf field project? Okay.
You can come up to the microphone and state your name and your town and address.
My vision's a little different than when I went here in 92. Ray Bell, 5 Fox Landing, Hebron, Connecticut, or Kingston, however you prefer. Many of you on the Board of Ed were not here about 7, 8 years ago, and this has been going back for years that we've been trying to get this started. First of all, I would like to thank the Board of Ed and administration for really, this is as far as we've come, and it's right on the doorstep from a pipe dream from 7, 8 years ago, going back to when we were playing a CCC tournament game. I'm also a coach here. I think I have a unique perspective being a teacher in another district who we kind of went through the same process. And I've seen the benefits as a coach, a parent, an educator, on how many uses this facility could bring to the kids of RHAM. But going back to about 7 years ago, we had a CCC tournament game. And this all kind of started when we had this game. It was a big game, and we showed up at the field, and the referees deemed the field unsafe and unplayable. We had to scurry things. Mr. Leslie remembers this. We had to get things together. The game had to be played, and we ended up having to go to the opposing school to play the game, which we did end up winning, which was a nice little bonus. It happened to be Glastonbury, so for you Hebrew people, we like being Glastonbury. But you know, today's a perfect example. We see the weather outside today, and most of our programs will be shut down or secluded to the gym. Today we could have been outside in that facility, even with all the rain we've gotten. As a coach, I've been on multiple facilities. By the way, we're one of 3 schools out of our 32 that don't have this type of facility. And we've been on fields where we've had a torrential downpour for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, we're playing. We're warming up. We're ready to go. There's no puddles. It's safe. And I've seen it in the own district where I work and how safe it is. As a phys ed teacher, I use the facility quite often. So I'm just excited about the benefits it will bring to the kids at RHAM, Marlborough, Hebron, Andover, youth programs. It has so many possibilities, from bowling graduation to band practicing to having middle school on it, not worrying about grass being matted down and letting the field rest. So I'm really excited about it. And in education, I'm just going to leave you with this. We always talk about evolving. Well, we need to evolve. We need to step up our game. We need to give the kids at Hebron and the communities a chance to compete with our surrounding districts. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Come on up.
Good evening. I'm Michael Humphreys from 30 years drive in Marlborough, Connecticut. Thank you for allowing me to speak in support of this multi-use turf facility. I am currently a coach at the high school with the boys lacrosse team. As a coach and a parent in town, I strongly support the investment in our children's athletic future with this project. Our current facilities are inadequate. Being one of the last districts to go to a turf field has put our athletes at a disadvantage. As a coach, we consistently preach to our players they should practice like they play. Currently, we cannot do that. As a coach, we try to utilize all the time we have, especially in preseason when the weather is the worst, to prepare our players for the upcoming season. Imagine starting your season conducting trials, team practices in the baseball, in the basketball gym, out in the parking lot, or on the tennis courts, or even in the front field, in front of the school there. Like we've had to do in the past when the field becomes unplayable. When the weather does cooperate, we find ourselves practicing on a small, overused, unlined field that is shared by many other sports programs in town. By constructing the new turf field, we would be able to practice outdoors during inclement weather, maximize instructional time with increased flexibility, and provide a better atmosphere for all our student athletes. The Board of Education's mission statement is to provide the student athletes with a safe and reliable environment. Unlike natural grass, turf fields are consistent. With natural grass, there are many variables that can and will change how the game is played and its relative safety. With a turf field, those variables are eliminated, and our players, coaches, and officials can focus on the game and not worry about the field's conditions. A turf field will greatly reduce the strain put on all our athletic programs. With the multi-use turf facility project and the lights, we would be able to host night games that would overwhelmingly enhance the experience for all our players. Currently, we play most of our home games at 4 p.m. for varsity and 6:30 p.m. for JV games during the week. Many of our parents have to miss some of these games. They can't get out and work early. For the JV games, many of those in the early seasons are canceled due to not being able to see the safety of the game is called by the officials. Right. Also, one of the other issues that we have is the safety of using the lacrosse field while track practice is being conducted, especially behind the nets, shooting the balls, the long jump, the distance, throwing areas. So with this project, the lights and netting will allow for a safer, more flexible use of the area that will benefit a number of programs all at the same time. Right. In closing, a new turf field is a vital necessity to our community. Yes, it will cost money, everything does, right? But it is an investment into our community and children. As a coach, this project gives us a competitive edge that we are currently lacking with our inadequate facilities. As a resident, this project upgrades and makes our school districts more attractive to others. And as a parent, this project gives my future RHAM Raptors the facilities they deserve. So thank you for your time. Please support the project and stay safe.
Thank you, Michael. Anyone else like to come up?
My name is Dakota Fleming. I'm the head football coach here at RHAM High School. I've been coaching in this school system for 5 years now. I started in middle school, and as previously pointed out, it's been in talks since I've been here, at the very least. To be honest, I think a turf field is going to allow our community to grow and allow the youth programs throughout our high school program to come together as one. One point I brought up to Dan when I was first hired is I would like to see youth programs get involved with high school programs. I would like to see us, especially at the football level, be able to play on the high school field, because that's something I did when I was younger, and anybody who has that memory, whether it's another sport, when you play at the high school as a young athlete, you see it as some sort of a dream come true, and it makes you gravitate towards wanting to play for that school, wanting to play for your high school. You've been there before, you know what it feels like, you want to be those high school athletes. I think that's something that lacks here, and the turf field is going to be able to bring that back for us extensively. And hopefully our youth programs will be able to play on it. We're not worried about, I wish I could stand up here and tell you that grass doesn't need to be mowed every week, doesn't need to be lined every week, doesn't get overused, doesn't get soaked. I wish I could tell you those things about grass, but the truth is that's not the case. Turf fields allow us to practice from when school is out to 10 o'clock at night without worrying about overuse. You can have it's going to last 20 years at the very least, with all of our athletes, all of our programs playing on it at any time of year, during any storm, any rain out. Tonight is a perfect example. We have 65 kids on our roster for the football program. I'm averaging 58, 59 in practice every day, and I can't house them in the high school gym, and I don't want to send 30 kids home and tell 30 kids to come to practice. So tonight, as a group, we canceled practice. But if we did have a turf field, we'd be practicing on it right now, there's no doubt about it. I'm not ashamed of practicing in the rain, I'm not afraid of it, because we do play in the rain, especially when other teams have turf fields. And today would just be an example and an opportunity for us to prepare for that day. Other than that, like I said, I can't emphasize enough the ability for us to bring the youth program up through the high school, because I do understand that we have lost athletes to Xavier, to East Catholic, and other schools, and I don't think academics is the problem here. I think everybody here, I've seen their homework, they get a great education here. some of the questions I couldn't even tell you the answer to. So I think part of that is our athletics, and the turf field is going to help keep those kids that decide to go to Xavier, Glastonbury, and East Catholic, or wherever it is they do go. It's another argument for us to keep them here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakota. Is there anyone else who would like to make a comment? Okay. Is there anyone virtual who would like to make a comment?
I would just make a comment that, I really think the gentleman who just said we should practice where we play, probably everybody has internalized that and knows that, but I just think that is such a key and an important point, so thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you, Judy. I think that's it. Anybody else? Okay. Mr. Trudeau, I just want to commend you on hiring such great staff to come here and advocate for our students. Thank you, coaches, for being here. At this time, I think we're going to adjourn the meeting. Call a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Mary?
Aye.
Sue?
Yes.
Judy?
Yes.